Hello friends, in this video we will talk about RNA, ribonucleic acid. RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. Well, as you know, ribonucleic acid, RNA is a nucleic acid which contains ribose, that is a pentose sugar moiety. And the name of this nucleic acid, that is ribonucleic acid, is due to presence of the ribose sugar moiety. Now you can see here is the structure of the ribose. This is the pentose sugar. Now the bases present in RNA are, you have two purine bases, that is adenine and guanine. You see the structure. This is adenine and this is guanine, and you have two pyrimidine base, that is uracil and cytosine. In this respect, RNA differs from DNA, that in RNA you have uracil in place of thymine. Now, as you know, RNAs are polynucleotide. These are polymer of ribonucleotide, that is, it is polyribonucleotide. You see the statement here. RNA is polymer of ribonucleotide, that is it is polyribonucleotide. Now if you see, I have given here the structure of a tetranucleotide. You see tetranucleotide, that is you have 4 nucleotides joined by 3' 5' phosphodiester linkage. You see here 3'. So the monomer unit, that is ribonucleotides in RNA, are joined by 3', 5' phosphodiester linkage. Now you see here ribonucleotides are joined by 3', 5' phosphodiester bond or linkage. Now another thing is very specific to RNA, that in RNA the RNA is single strand. Okay, single strand. So when you say single strand, this is also the difference from the RNA and DNA, that is DNA is double helix but RNA is single strand. Okay, so here is the statement, RNA exists as single strand. Now when we talk DNA, we talk a rule, that is Chargaff rules, where we said that the molecular content of adenine is equal to thymine and guanine is equal to cytosine. But in case of RNA, Chargaff's rule is not obeyed because it is a single strand. So the molecular composition of its bases, that is adenine, guanine, uracil and cytosine, are not equal. That is, A is not equal to U, and that is adenine is not equal to uracil, and cytosine is not equal to guanine, purine base. Obviously these are complementary bases pair in RNA. Now what we find, that apart from these 4, uracil, cytosine, adenine and guanine, there are other bases also. Particularly when we will talk the types of RNA, and particularly one of the type of RNA, that is transfer RNA. Why? Because these bases undergo modification by enzymatic action, and some of the enzymes which converts these bases are deaminase and thiolases. Okay, thiolases. But this is not for in general for RNA. In some special RNA we have, that is in tRNA you will find that it have some modified bases. Now as you know, as you know, a strand is there. Okay, this is a strand. Okay, no problem. So actually what happened, it can fold back, and can have different structures. So that's I want to convey you. What I want to convey you, that due to single strand structure, okay, it coils back. So I have shown you that it wires back to form here some special and unique structure. In RNA, due to single strand RNA, it folds back, it produces some unique and special structures, and it has been found that it forms hairpin and also double helix, hairpin double helix structure. Now you see here, this is the hairpin structure, okay? This is the hairpin structure. You can see that hairpin structure, the loop resembles hairpin, okay? And you can see this is the single strand, but what is happening? It is in form of the double helix. This is in form of the double helix, okay? So this, obviously, when you have this form of double helix, what will happen? You have complementary bases in front of each other, and in a particular RNA sequence. And what is the cause of this special structure? Obviously, this is the cause of the sequence of complementary bases and how they are stacked, stacked in the position. Okay. Now again, one thing, the difference between RNA and DNA you can have on the basis of alkali hydrolysis of RNA. Alkali hydrolysis of the RNA. Before I go to this, you can see that when we talk RNA, this is the tetranucleotide. This is in general, you can say, single strand RNA from 5' to 3'. This is the later representation. You can see that this is the later representation. This is the later representation of the sequence of this tetranucleotide. That is, you have phosphate here, adenine comes. Now this nucleotide is joined to guanylate by 3', 5' phosphodiester linkage. So you have PH. Again, it is attached to this nucleotide in which the base is cytosine, and the last one you have U. And obviously this is the line representation. You can see that this is the 5' end, this is the 3' end, this is the 3' end here, and you have 5', 1'. This is a sugar backbone. You have adenine placed at 1' position. At 3' you have the phosphate, and no, here in this case it is 5. Here in this case this is 5. And these are joined together by, you can see, 3', 5' phosphate linkage, and at this 3 position which is free. At this 3 position, which 3' position which is free. So this is the line representation of the tetranucleotide, what you can see from here. And these two are the special and unique structure of RNA, which is formed due to its back quality. Now another, what I want to tell about you, the alkali hydrolysis. Obviously, when you talk alkali, you are talking water soluble bases, NaOH, NaOH are prominent examples. When you treat subject RNA to alkali hydrolysis, what happens? This reaction is used as to differentiate between RNA and DNA also. That is, DNA does not undergo alkali hydrolysis. Now, what is the reason? The reason is, you can see here, in RNA you have at 2' position, you have free OH group. This is the reason that RNA undergoes alkali hydrolysis. So what is the result? The result is actually first a cyclic nucleoside monophosphate intermediate is formed. We will give a structure in the next video if possible. 2', 3' cyclic nucleoside monophosphate intermediate is formed. On further hydrolysis, what will happen? when you subject it to further hydrolysis, what you will see that this 3' 5' phosphodiester linkage is cleaved, and what you will get? Obviously, you will get the free form, that is 2' nucleoside phosphate, 2' nucleoside phosphate, and 3' nucleoside monophosphate. Okay, so you will get a mixture of 2' nucleoside phosphate and 3' nucleoside monophosphate is obtained. So this is all about some of the few points of RNA. Next, some remaining few points are there. We will talk in the next video. Thank you.